Alright, what is going on YouTube? My name is Carlin, and today I am on my Elemental Shaman. Now, in this video I am playing the burst spec. I'm trying it out, seeing how it works, and I was lucky enough to get this particular BG, which is really good for bursting down the orb carriers. And you'll see me do that a little bit. This warrior was a dick and kind of stole the berserker buff from me, or else I probably would have done a lot better with my first little burst phase. But yeah, if you didn't see my burst video on about the Elemental Shaman burst, what you're gonna do is you're basically just gonna drop Sky Fury, pop Heroism, pop your what is that, Elemental Mastery, I think. That gives you an extra 20% haste. Use your totems, Totem Mastery, and then use your Ascendants and just kind of go ballistic and just spam the shit out of your Lava Burst, because they have no cooldown on Lava Burst. So really nice. And I was just running Elemental Blast, was trying that out too, seeing if I could get like them little extra buffs to help me out with my burst, but I never really lined that up right. This was the first time I was using Elemental Blast for this particular spec, so I was trying it out, seeing how it worked. It's alright, to be honest. Not amazing. I did come like second or third in damage, I think, and we did win the game. Kind of a little bit of a steamrolly game. And right here you can see me bursting this what is that, a Holy Priest, I think, maybe? Yeah, Holy Priest. Yeah, me and that warrior bursted that priest down pretty quickly. So, you know, you can see that this spec does work in this BG, because there is a lot of fighting in the middle there. So bear that in mind. This isn't going to be the results for every BG. I've run a few with this spec. It has been performing quite well, surprisingly, as far as overall damage goes and killing potential. So I'm kind of satisfied with it. I still prefer the Ice Fury Aftershock spec. To me, that just kind of makes the most sense. Good single target burst. Well, not really burst, but just good single target sustained damage. You can really put out a lot of pressure to like multiple people and really piss some people off with your slows. So I prefer that spec over this spec. And plus you have to keep dropping your fucking totems down, and that kind of pisses me off a little bit. You know, and you're always kind of I always try to look and make sure I'm still in range of my totems before I drop another one down, but sometimes it's best just to drop them all down at once. Just get them out of the way, get them over with, so that way you don't have to worry about moving out of range of them. Yeah, that's really my only kind of nitpick about this particular spec in this BG, is that you just kind of have to, well, not in this BG, but just in general, you just keep having to drop them totems down all the time, and it's annoying. And yeah, I think right here I do my burst again. I think I lined it up a little bit better with all my buffs and stuff going, because Heroism's up. Got my totems, I think, maybe. No, I don't have my totems right now. Yeah, I'm moving my lightning lasso there, because I moved it to use my disenchanting, because like I just wait for, you know, 5-6 pieces of armor that I don't need to disenchant them. That way I can just keep pressing that one button that key binding is on. So yeah. Kind of enjoying forcing cooldowns, honestly, with the healers with this spec, because like Elemental Shamans, they haven't been doing amazing damage, you know, but they still have really strong burst. Shamans in general, even enhancement, they still have strong bursts. Like basically every 3 minutes you're either going to force every cooldown a healer has to keep themselves or whoever you're attacking alive, or you're going to kill them. Like it's not in between. It's not in between there. It's always going to be kill or force every defensive cooldown to keep somebody alive. Or you can force a bubble from a paladin. You know, you can force that little that demon hunter to fly up in the air so you can't hit him because he's, you know, too far away. You can force that very easily, and you can force major cooldowns for, you know, yeah, all your major cooldowns, but I could still do a lot without all my cooldowns. I still have my artifact weapon. That's a huge burst right there. You know, that can chunk somebody's health pretty quick. Still got my Sky Fury totem to buff all my team around me. So, you know, it's still you're still utilizing the utility of the shaman, even though you're still bursting them down. So that's why I was kind of thinking about messing around with this spec a little bit, maybe even, you know, doing quite a few BGs with this spec and only using this spec, but I kind of was like, yeah, fuck these totems, and I switched back to the other spec and did a few more BGs as the cookie cutter spec that I would normally use as an Elemental Shaman. So yeah. And now right here, fuck Brewmasters, man. I know I main one in PvE, but goddamn, they're a pain in the ass to kill. I think he gets away. Yeah, he's gone. Like, he's over in like Jamaica right now or something. Like, cause he's just gone. I think I I think I do chase him down and eventually kill him. Or no, the Warlock's dots kill him plus my little flame shock. That's what happened. And then now I'm over here, kind of like, well, where the hell am I going? I see a couple enemies coming there, and nobody's coming around yet, so I was just like, okay, well, there's nobody to fight. I got all my cooldowns up. Let me just kind of wait for a fight to ensue. And here, me and the Shadow Priest go after this Resto Druid. He made a big mistake picking up this orb. If you're running away from, like, 2 people, especially if you're just running away from anybody, especially as a healer, don't pick up a fucking orb. Like, that's just what's going to kill you, and I just blow all my cooldowns, and we burn him down pretty damn quick. So, yeah, there he goes. And now, I myself, especially as this burst spec, use your Earth Shock a lot because you're not using Sky Fury or not Sky Fury, Frost Shocks anymore, or so much. You're really only using them to slow people down because they don't do all that much damage because you don't have Ice Fury. So you're gonna be using your Earth Shocks a lot more. So you could run that Earthquake or whatever it's called for that PvP talent that gives your Earth Shock a stun. When you use 100 Maelstrom on it, that one's really, really strong with this spec. I still like Lightning Lasso just because, like, let me stun you for a few seconds and either let my team pound on you while I run away, around a corner and heal up, or just, run around a corner and heal up. It's very, very nice rather than just having like a 2-second stun. And, that they both DR with other stuns, but it's basically a Ret Paladin stun is what you have with Lightning Lasso, only you're not able to do a lot of damage with it. You kind of got to rely more on your team. So, it's a hit or miss there, but I like Lightning Lasso. I think I'm going to stick with that. It seems to be working the best, just overall, so, yeah. Now, when Ret Paladin runs away like that, you got to dispel his freedom, because I think he did have freedom on right there, and I think that's what I did, but then the game ended before we could kill him, and, as you can see, I come second damage, I think, second or third killing blows. Can't quite see that, it's kind of fuzzy from my narration, so, yeah. Really good spec, really, really strong, honestly, and I did beat that other Elemental Shaman. I think he had more of the Ice Fury cookie cutter spec. If not, I was trying to inspect him there, but, yeah, that's the end of the game, so I'll